Hello, IB English students, and welcome to the video for week 7, day 1 of our class. If you follow the directions that you see on your screen, please open the item entitled Henrik Ibsen and a Doll's House Context Assignment in parentheses before reading. Please keep in mind everything you say, do, or type is recorded, so keep it school appropriate. Please keep your camera and microphone off until asked to unmute. Use the raise your hand feature or the chat to ask questions. And as always, there's no saving, downloading, or taking pictures of our class today or ever. If you take a look at our agenda before I go over that, just as a reminder, if you haven't already watched the video that Mrs. Ersky put together about how to register for IB exams, please do that. It's found under week 6, day 2. The link to the form to complete that registration is also there. Our agenda for today, you're going to watch this video, the week 7, day 1 video, and then you're going to begin working on the context assignment, which is due before midnight on Wednesday this week. If you finish that early during class, and some students may, you would just use any remaining time to start reading the first half of A Doll's House and work on the DIRT prep sheet for that first half of the text. Just as a quick note, I'll be abbreviating A Doll's House using ADH. Okay, and the reason it says DIRT prep sheet 1 of 2 is because I split the play into 2 parts, and your DIRT test that's next week on day 1 is only about the first half, right? And then you'll read the second half and you'll have a different DIRT prep sheet for that, just so that there's no confusion over that. Okay, so if you take a look at the context assignment that you've opened up, right, it looks like this, and it basically follows the same formula. If you look at the directions, right, you're going to read over the contextual information for Henrik Ibsen's play, then respond to the reading response questions and turn your answers into Canvas when you're done. And just as a note, right, the article, I didn't originally come up with this information. This was originally published in a book called A Short History of the Drama by Martha Fletcher Bellinger. And so I took excerpts from that. So just kind of letting you know where I got this source information. So you'll notice, right, that you read a section, and then after each section, there'll be 2, sometimes 3 questions that you respond to, and just use those fields to kind of add in your answers. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. Just please remember to turn the work in once you've completed that. So that's the context assignment. If when you're done with the context assignment and you're ready to read the actual play itself, right, you'll see that I've included the PDF on Canvas for you just to make things easier, right? I just stuck with these page numbers that are in red, so please use that. The directions for your DIRT prep sheet tell you to read up to a specific line on page 42, I believe, of the PDF. So use the red numbers to help you with that. Okay. So your DIRT prep sheet, right? The 1 of 2. Let me get rid of my visage here. Here we go. So just a couple of things to point out, right? It looks very similar to the one that you did for the things they carried, right? All your DIRT prep sheets are going to look very similar, right? The directions at the top, it says read up to page 42, where there's a line, or it says to stop, where it says this line about Dr. Rank, and then use the space to take notes. I am going to be strictly enforcing the 2-page limit. Okay, so this is all you're filling out, but your document, when it gets turned into me, should be no longer than 2 pages. You need to practice sticking to those page limits, right? You have to do it on your IA outline, and you're going to do it here. There is one correction that I made after uploading the document, and I think it's reflected there, but just in case it's not, the last character you should be focusing on in the taking notes, it should say Anne. She's the nurse or the babysitter for the family, right? Like the live-in nurse. I think originally I had in Helen. Helen is their maid. You don't really have to pay as much attention to her. So focus on Anne. And then to make things a little bit easier, I gave you that sort of DIRT reminder and tips document before you took your last DIRT test, but I've hyperlinked it here in the footer of your DIRT prep sheet as well. So you just may want to click on that, take a look at it and review it. That way it'll help you figure out, what is the important information about these characters you should be writing down, right? How detailed should your notes be for this section, etc., when completing your dirt prep sheet. All right, so at this time, right, you would be, the video will end and you're gonna work on that context assignment. We'll give you about 20 minutes to work on that, and then we'll use class time to do like a quick question and answer. If you think of a question, please place it in the Zoom chat, or if you're watching this video outside of class time, please send me an email and I'll respond to your question as quickly as possible. All right, and that's it for today, right? Basically what you are working on, right, is that context assignment, which is due by midnight or before midnight on Wednesday. You want to read the first half of A Doll's House and work on the dirt prep sheet. That is due before midnight on Sunday. And then if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you watch Mrs. Ersky's video and register for your IB exams. Thank you very much for watching.